Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly focus for May the 21st through to the 27th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you, truly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. And also, thank you. Thank you for your likes, for sharing my videos, and remembering to subscribe. So let's turn to the cards and see what they reveal about the energy that does surround us and how to use it in a positive light going forward. We start with the Emperor. Beautiful week to make plans for your future. Beautiful week to make plans for your future. You have that sage knowledge. You have that intuition that will help you devise a plan into a new world, a new path forward. The sun has just entered your sign, so happy birthday to everybody. Okay, and I want to let you know on my philosophy of the one wish that you get to make on your birthday. I think that was a pessimist that invented that. And how can you, it's not even conceivable that you have to wait 365 days to make one wish. It doesn't even make sense. So 10 candles or 10 wishes. 10, I don't care if you only have one candle to blow out, but 10 wishes on that candle. Every part of your life. The sun is in your sign. Every part of your life. Your health, your well-being, your relationships, your career, your finances, your spirituality, what you do in the community. This is the time to write down that mission statement. This is the time to journal where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to become going forward. And Uranus has just moved into Taurus, which means it has moved into your 12th house. And that's all about endings and healings and closures that you are going to be going through. I doubt if 8 years from now, much looks the same on your horizon. Because there will be things that you let go of. There will be times for closure. There will be great times of healing in your life so that you can move forward in new directions. This is a time when you'll, that repressed part of yourself or an unacknowledged part of yourself comes out and you surprise yourself. And it allows you to even move forward with a greater speed, a strength. The Six of Wands, success. Don't rest on your laurels. Typically what this card is it is a parade. It is a parade because of you. It's people cheering you on. It's people giving you support. So this is a week where you can actually talk about what supports you need in your life. Drawing it in. Your words are powerful. Your actions are powerful. People are paying attention. And don't think, well, I've gotten to this point so I can relax now. This is not a week for it. This is a week to grab those papers and go forward. That plan and move forward in some way. And it could be something altogether new and different and wonderful. It may be where you need to open up your viewpoint on what is possible. Where do you want to be successful in your life? How do you want to approach your success? What is your definition of success? Is it work? Is it career? Is it what you've done in the community? Is it your family, your home, your health, your well-being, your spirituality? We have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands says you have matured to a point where you can go forward now. You have the strength. There is a new path. A new path opening up before you. Whenever an ace shows up in a reading, it is symbolizing a new path forward in an area of your life that you have not yet stepped into. This one talks about you now having the sage wisdom, you now having the intuition. You have built your abilities and your talents and you can lean upon them. So if throughout your life you had to face this hurdle and this hurdle, and you had to learn this and you had to learn that, you had to become proficient in this and proficient in that, it comes together now. It melts together. Those tiny fabrics become a cloth. Something of stability, something of, yeah, stability, strength. For work and career, we have the Magician with the Ace of Swords. Wow, 2 aces, guys. How great is that? Now the Magician, okay? So the Magician is saying, where do you want to go forward? This needs to be your greatest passions. And it's in the perfect place because it's work and career. Or if you are not one that is looking at work and career right now, it could be in what defines you as a person. If I were to meet you, would you tell me about your work? Would you tell me about your career? Or would you tell me about your community interests or your family or your spirituality, your relationships? What would you tell me about? What defines you as a person? This is asking you to go within and grab onto that greatest passion, that greatest dream, that greatest desire. And yes, new moon affirmations, mission statements in where you are going and what you are becoming and how you are putting your mark on the world, your duty, your service, your destiny, your path forward. All the energy is asking you to look at this, to, I'd like to say reach for the stars, but at the same time, it's very grounded and very tangible. Where do you truly want to step? This is a beautiful time for you to make that commitment to yourself, to take that step, to take that leap, to affirm it, to talk to your angels, your spirit guides, God, Source, the universe, about who you are becoming, what brings out great passion in you, creativity. We have the Nine of Wands with the High Priest. Nine of Wands with the High Priest is, it's definitely a new evolution within your relationships. It could be a transformation, it could be an evolution, it could be an ending of relationships, it could be new relationships forming. This is where you can drop the fear of how you were hurt in a past relationship. Because now you take that wisdom, that knowledge of how you were hurt, and you can take that wall of protection down because you know that you've drawn that imaginary line in the sand, that people won't be allowed to do that, or a person won't be allowed to do that going forward to you in your life, that you will recognize it, that you will overcome it, that you will challenge it. This is a very new day dawning for relationships. So it is, how do you bring the sparkle to the relationship? How do you bring the magic to the relationship? What are your unique gifts and talents that you bring to each relationship? How do you create that sense of trust or respect within relationships? So it's very much asking you how you want to go forward within each relationship, whether it is a soulmate or a lover, a child, a parent, a sibling, somebody at work, your close circle of friends, best friend. And there's almost a wisdom about you of how you are going forward within relationships, how you are creating the new paths within relationships. So if you want more romance in a relationship, then you design that evening of starting with a beautiful romantic walk on the beach or a candlelit dinner, How are you going to create that in your life? How do you bring in the wealth into a relationship? How do you really bring out the best in those relationships, or how could you? Your spirituality is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords for spirituality. Be careful about those knee-jerk reactions. Okay, this is definitely a card asking you to tap into God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, your sage wisdom, your knowledge, your intuition before you step in any direction. You have the answers, or you will hear the answers, or the answers will show. Pay attention to your dreams, waking and sleeping this week. Journal if you can. Enlightenment comes through the words we hear in our minds, the words we hear spoken around us. So focusing on, or better yet, reflecting on where you want to go, what step you want to take, what conversation you want to have, brings in the success by keeping your focus on exactly your directive in that relationship, in that career, in that community, in the home, within yourself, your own path. Health and well-being, we have the Tower. You're really looking different at this, aren't you? Your health, your well-being. Rewriting the story. Seeing where you really haven't honored yourself. Where you haven't taken care of yourself. Where you need to step up your game. Where you've dropped the ball. And you could be really stripping everything down. If you were an avid jogger, you may say, okay, jogging is over. I need to exercise different muscles in different ways going forward. Maybe I will do mountain climbing. Maybe I'll do swimming. Maybe I'll portage. Or things don't fit anymore. Your routine may have been that you mountain climb, and now you have a family, and so now we have to start taking little paths down the beach, or little walks down the paths through nature or on the beach, and slowly cultivate the children into a healthy lifestyle. This is where you really tear things down and rebuild from the bottom up. So this is a long-term kind of energy that's coming in here. Really looking at where you want to add value or harmony or balance in your health and your well-being. It could be by eliminating stresses. It could be by closing doors, completion, healing, so that stresses and fears don't overtake you and push you in the wrong directions. You could be looking at your routine. You could be looking at your lifestyle. And so the Tower card here says that you've started tearing down these walls. And it's good that you're doing these things. It may be hard, especially if it's bad behaviors or habits that you are trying to move away from. So no, it will take time. It took time to build the wall. It will take time to take the wall down so that you can rebuild. And it will take time to rebuild. So long as you're giving yourself the time, you're not like, I've got to lose 20 pounds this week. I have to lose 20 pounds over the next 20 months. Well, maybe not that slow. 20 weeks. Slow it down to a manageable pace so that you're not bringing in new stresses into your life. Give yourself a sense of patience in what you are trying to transform or reform in your life. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.